What's up everybody? I'm Nate from Tippmann Industrial, and today I'm going to show you how to change your cable on your Tippmann Boss sewing machine. The first step in removing your cable is to remove the handle from the Boss sewing machine. You'll want to use your 3/16 Allen wrench that comes in your Tippmann toolbox. Start to remove the handle from the assembly. Once the handle is removed, start undoing the thumb screw . And on the back here, you will want to remove the tension springs. Once you have the handle removed, the thumb screw, and the springs on the back, you want to take your handle and start spinning off the handle assembly from the cable.
Once you have spun the handle off the cable a little bit, you want to grab some pliers and grab the cable right where it meets the clevis and start twisting that off. Now, depending on where your cable is broken, it might already be detached right there, so just remove the threads from the clevis itself. And continue to unspin the handle assembly off the cable, like so. And there's your handle assembly and your cable. Now, from there, you want to unscrew the 4 bolts that hold the faceplate on. It uses a 1/8 Allen wrench.
Once you have the faceplate off, you'll see over here on the start gear there's a snap ring. You will want to remove it. You'll need a screwdriver or a snap ring tool. Then come over here to the star gear. You want to take off the star gear, remove the cam, driver, and spring. Then you want to move the CAR 27. After removing all the springs and gears, you will want to come up here to your cable, grab a screwdriver, push down the fork, and wiggle out your cable, like so.
Once you remove the cable from its groove, come down to the presser foot assembly, slide it out, and untwist it from the cable itself. Here's your CAR 23 and your presser foot assembly, your presser foot. And here is what the cable screws into. Now you have your presser foot assembly removed. What you want to do is now remove the cable and 2 springs and the stopper that sit on top of the cable.
Now that you have your cable uninstalled, you want to come back to your handle assembly we're gonna have to go punch out this pin that's holding on the handle.
It's a little noisy out here, so we want to hit that pin out right now. So let's do that.
Alrighty, now that we separated the lever from the handle, we can set those two components down. We want to come back to the cable itself. See where the cable arches? That's where we're starting. You want to grab the two springs and the stopper that were on the cable. Put the stopper in the big spring and the little spring in between them. And take the cable, slide those onto the stopper, like so. Then we come over to the presser foot assembly. Take the little threader. You want to line it up in there. Now this gets kind of challenging. You have to pull back the spring and grab it to reveal the threads. And you want to thread the presser foot assembly back onto the cable. Now you want the threads to stick just a little bit out from that little thread catcher. I don't know if you can see that. Once you have the presser foot assembly reinstalled onto your cable, come back to the casting itself and feed the cable back up through the gap. You want to grab a screwdriver, kind of wedge it out of there so you can grab it, like so. And then you want to slide it all the way back up. Now, you want to grab the fork. Make sure you get that clamped on. Push back down, like so. But you gotta see right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. We're not connected, so you want to slide that into the groove. CAR23. Slide that back up in there. Oh, by the way, you want to keep the needle bar pushed up so you can slide this presser foot back into place. Once you have all the internal components of the cable applied, come back down to your handle assembly and spin it back on. Once you got this part of the handle spun back on, you notice that the cable can retract a little bit. Pull that out, pinch it. I'm going to grab the lever and the clevis and spin those back on. Now we'll go through the adjustments once everything's reinstalled. And then we'll just have to punch through that hole back in. So I went ahead and punched back in the lever to the handle assembly itself. And now it's time to reinstall the gears and springs onto the internal components. So you want to take the CAR27, hook it onto the CAR23, and put it in the groove there. Now you want to make sure you still have your little plastic ring on there. You want to grab the cam driver and its spring. Put the spring on the cam driver. You want to hook it onto that little knob on the knuckle. And up onto that pivot point. You want to make sure it can pivot. Next is your star gear or cam gear. And you want to set that right on that driver, like so. And to finish her off, you take your snap ring and lock everything back into place. Then grab your tension out, start screwing that back on. You want to make sure it catches that fork. And if it doesn't, you grab the screwdriver and kind of poke it down until it sits properly on the tensioner. Okay, everything's looking good. Now you can either adjust the cable from the CAR23 itself or the left. Once that's done, you can go ahead and grab your mounting plate and go ahead and tighten her back on.
After mounting the faceplate back on, you want to come over to the tensioner. You want to grab a pair of pliers, grab the ring, and you want to pull it up to the bar sticking out of the CAR27. Now this is kind of difficult to do. It might take you a couple tries, but you want to hook those right up on there. Okay, there's one. And now and then there's two. After getting your tension springs back onto it and your faceplate back on, now all you have to do is bolt back on your handle . And you should be good to go.
And now your cable is reinstalled on your Tippmann Boss. This American-made hand stitcher has been around for 30 plus years in the making and still going strong. If you like this video, please leave a like or subscribe.